move on to the next video, which is operating the system there in the field. So now you can see, based on the video here, that we've got the system installed. This is where the last video left off. We installed the system, the controller, the antenna, locked the arms into place, removed the prop covers, and straightened out the props. And so we've attached our safety lanyard, installed our battery, installed our USB drive. All this is outlined in the checklist there. And so now we're going to play this video and talk you through this one. So now that it's set up, we're going to move this thing into a safe takeoff location, away from people, away from vehicles, especially as it pertains to just good operation. You want to make sure that you're not near any trees, any large metal objects, anything that would interfere with your GNSS signal. It needs to be in a clear, open area. I'm just going to power on the switch, close and lock the battery compartment, and I'm going to observe my lights. When I first power it on, I'm gonna get 3 blinking lights. All 3 lights will be blinking yellow. And then the next, I'm gonna add a battery status light. That light's gonna be green, yellow, or red, depending on battery status. There's our green light. Next, we have our GNSS light, waiting on a solid green there. And this, depending on how long it takes to get, a lock there. So there we have our solid green. So now the system light's going to flash yellow. So while it's doing this, it is checking for LiDAR data to verify that we're outputting data, checking and setting the camera settings. It's checking the USB drive and checking for SD cards in the cameras. So once that is successful, it'll flash green. The proximity mode is active. Now it's we're ready to take off. So you just take around a minute to do this, and then we get a flashing green light. There it is. And now we're ready for takeoff. And I'll play that last portion back just so you can see what that light looks like when it's flashing. All right, so now the drone is the system there means it's received its home point, and there were successful system checks, and now we're ready for takeoff to fly and record data. So here's a quick slide with the control box light. So what you just witnessed in the video was a normal operation going through the system, the battery check, the GNSS check, and then the going into proximity mode. So the final state that you witnessed was proximity mode as flashing green. So that's the legend here indicates a black circle indicates LED is off. Solid circle indicates LED is, color circle represents solid LED. That can either be green, yellow, or red. And if you see the 3 alternating, that means that's a flashing LED. So here's some. If you get the system light as solid white, that means you're updating firmware for TrueView. If it's checking the battery status, checking GNSS status, checking cameras or winding down. Some various scenarios here. So if you recognize, so I mentioned that the system light also indicates if you have an error. So if you see these scenarios, hopefully this chart will help you, recognize the error there in the field. So if I get if my battery light is flashing yellow and my system light is flashing red, it means it's not recognizing that USB drive. Either you forgot to connect it, or it's not seated properly. So that a flashing red LED indicates a soft fault. So all you have to do there, plug in the USB drive or remove it and reconnect it just to make sure it's seated properly. And you tap the green button on the controller box, and then it continues on initializing. At the bottom, I get 2 green lights and then a solid red system light. That indicates a hard error. So either with the cameras or other hardware. And so typically this can be resolved just by powering off the system, waiting a minute, and then powering the system back on. And then if you get 2 green lights and a flashing red system light, it means it detected an issue with the cameras. So just check your camera memory cards, make sure they're installed.